Hello world. I've never done this before, so I'm hoping tap invite. Well, okay, I see people jumping in. All right. Give everybody a few minutes to hop on. One second, guys. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, me too. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, me too, Scipio. Afraid of Scipio. Yeah, we'll give him a few more minutes to hop on. We'll see how many people show up. I'm just happy anybody showed up because honestly, it was last minute. It was just kind of spur of the moment thing, and yeah. Send a couple of these out and see who hops on, who doesn't hop on. Again, it was last minute, so I understand if not that many show up. Okay, so my wife's gonna be, she's here next to me. She's gonna be monitoring the comments, and my deal is, hold on, Dorothy wants to join. Sure, accept. Okay. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Well, for those of us that are here, uh, good evening. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to hop on and hear me speak about something that's very important, not only to me, but to all postal workers that are living this nightmare. Okay, we're gonna be starting right now. Uh, Let Lino know it's on Facebook Live. He should see it like on the little reels thing. My first time doing this. I've never done live before. I've had Facebook since I was like what, 14, 15, and I've never used it. Not even. Jesus, no, I was much older, like 21. Never used it. Never used it. And that's the problem, Dorothy. That's a good thing you brought up, and I'm gonna address that too. Um, that's a big problem. And I know Lino, hi mom. Uh, I know Lino last night during his podcast with JH. Yeah, he brought up an interesting thing, but we'll get into that too. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption, unfortunately. Lino, my man, what's up? How we doing, brother? Okay. Ah, my boy Jake's in here. All right. What time is it now? It's right down.
It is 8:07.
Okay. We'll start in another 3 more minutes, and then I guess whoever comes in. Thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate that. I was real nervous, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna just do it, and whatever. So we'll start 10 after. Give a few people more time to jump in. All right, Josh, no problem. Well, Mom, thank you for asking. I'm going to have a discussion. All right, Lino, no problem. I'm basically jumping on this today to kind of tell people what's going on with me, what's happening in our federal government right now. Oh, I'm sorry you're having bad connection, Mom. That's fine. No worries. If you get on, you get on. No worries. I appreciate you even jumping on. Thank you. I got an amazing mother-in-law. Okay. All right. What's time about? 10 after?
8:09.
Okay. We'll start 10 after. Huh? Oh, I'm gonna plug this because I gotta read something. Get that. Okay, it's 10 after. We're gonna get started now. First of all, good evening. My name is Angel Guerra, and I'm a federal employee. I'm manager of customer service for the United States Postal Service in Miami, Florida, and former postmaster in Montana. For the last 6 months, I've been fighting not only for my job, but for the truth. I followed every rule, every policy, every law. I filled my FMLA, my reasonable accommodation requests, and my first disability paperwork through the proper channels. Instead of following the law, USPS management chose to retaliate, placing me in non-pay status, denying my lawful medical accommodations, and even delaying federal paperwork like my SF3112B. I'm still waiting for a written determination that should have been issued within 30 days. Instead, I've been silenced, gaslighted, and left without income or health insurance while my family suffers. These aren't opinions. These are documented facts. Every date, every form, every letter is preserved and ready for investigators from the OIG, EEOC, and OPM. What's happening to me isn't an isolated case. It's part of a culture of abuse and retaliation that's affecting honest postal workers and employees all across America. People are afraid to speak up because they see what happens when someone like me tells the truth. The Employee and Labor Relations Manual, ELM 546, 665, and 666, requires honesty, integrity, and fair treatment. The ADA, FMLA, and Executive Order 14173, signed by the United States President Donald Trump, the current president, back in January, protects federal workers from exactly this kind of retaliation. Yet those laws are being ignored every single day. I want to be clear. This isn't about politics. This is about accountability, about protecting the men and women who actually make this country run. The same people delivering your mail, keeping your communities connected, and showing up no matter the weather or crisis. I'm not here to attack anyone personally. I'm here to defend what's right, the truth, the law. And every federal employee who's ever been told, just stay quiet. I won't stay quiet anymore. So today I'm asking you, the public, the media, whoever's here basically, to pay attention, to demand answers, and to stand with every worker who's being punished for doing the right thing. Because paperwork doesn't lie, people do. And the truth is coming, whether they like it or not. Now that that disclaimer's out of the way. Thank you, Dorothy. All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with me. And then after that, we'll kind of touch on other things that's kind of spreading. The culture in the United States Postal Service is like a virus. I'm going to say it the way it is. I don't care if they like it. Right now, these people in Miami, Florida, ruined my career. They systemically attacked me. They systemically documented stuff that was not true. So they basically lied on federal documentation. And I have proof of that. I've been posting stuff on my Facebook, so it's not a secret. People know, you know, like that Express piece that came today, which they sent out 2 months ago, and it got here today. Okay? And what was inside that Express piece? Something that my manager, I won't say his name because I'm not allowed to, something my manager was supposed to handle as soon as he received it, because that's what the policy is. But since we're dealing with children and they're not doing their jobs the right way, they're lying. So of course, my disability papers for first. The paperwork that I asked him to sign in good faith. Now this is the man I spoke to and I trusted with my family. I moved here from Montana to do the right thing, to take care of my wife and my kid. And then I got 2 other kids that I'm still taking care of. So I got 3 kids I'm supporting and my wife. And all I asked for was to do the right thing. And here I thought, no, these people are military guys. My dad was a soldier. He would do the right thing. No. Instead, the individual, the said individual in question basically lied on my first application. He committed perjury. It's here. But, well, you know, that's just my opinion. It's not fact. At least not yet. But it's coming. And I want you to know it's coming. It's coming. And all of you guys will answer for what you did. You guys lied to the American people. You lied about everything. And you're still lying. You're still lying. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We need the Postal Service, men and women. I don't care if you're a clerk. I don't care if you're a carrier. I don't care if you're the janitor. Speak up. Say something. Because if you don't, this war's for nothing. But yeah, I will have justice for my family. I will do what I need to do. And the end is that. I'm done with the games. You guys violated my rights. You violated my protective status as a disabled American, and now you're violating my federal rights as a federal employee. You guys want to play this game? Let's play this game. No problem. I'll play with you. I love chess. But yeah, he lied on a federal document and then signed it and dated it. Yeah. So back in August, he signed it for August, and I got it in the mail today. So if this isn't a delay of mail, isn't this considered delay of mail? My tracking information says delay of mail by 2 months. But they wrote on here that I delayed 2,000 packages and I failed my office or whatever the crap they're writing down. These guys got me on freaking meds. I have no health insurance now. They're about to cut my shit. And I had to borrow, not even borrow, I had to withdraw from my pension just to pay my bills and survive. Now tell me how that's fair. Now before I go any further, I want the record to note I have nothing in my OPM. There's not a damn thing in there. You know why? Because I followed the policy. I don't break the law like these people. Like changing clock rings. Yeah, they did that to me too. They're still manipulating my clock rings. You're breaking the law. Okay, don't do it. Don't fix it. Don't do the right thing. Don't. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep digging. See this face? Keep digging. Keep digging. I'm smiling. Keep digging. Because you violated the rights of employees. You're lying to our customers when you have the supervisors in the station scanning thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of packages every day as delivered to agent, no access, available for pickup, or deliver it and then you hold it in the station. And then you try to blame me, the new guy. Guess what? Managers don't touch the mail, and I never touch the damn mail. Good luck running that. So you lied on here. Good luck blaming me for that one. That's not going to fly. And you guys know it's not going to fly. You guys, when I had my RA, there was like 10 people in there. I wasn't even notified that they were coming. They had a lawyer in the room, and I was denied right to counsel because I didn't even know the lawyer was going to be there. So you basically violated my rights again by bringing legal aid there and did not tell me that. So you violated my rights as an American. You violated my rights as an employee, and you're still violating my rights. Keep digging. The new guy in training, you blame the new guy in training. You guys couldn't find someone else to blame, but you blame the new guy in training. I know, because I look like the easy target. Yeah, exactly, Scipio. Exactly, Lino. They're violating stuff. They're scanning packages. I've seen it. They're changing clock rings. I've seen it. They're lying to the American public. I've seen it. They're still doing it. It's not stopping. It has nothing to do with clerks or carriers again, or management at this point. We're all postal employees. We took an oath of office when we joined the United States Postal Service. At least I did. I don't know about anyone else, but I know I did. I took an oath of office when I joined the United States Postal Service. I swore to protect the integrity of the mail. I swore to do the right thing. Delay of mail grievances? Yeah, they are delaying the mail. Take advantage of the new guy. So they took advantage of the new manager, but here's the thing. What they didn't bank on was the fact that I actually knew the policy. You thought you were talking to some hick from Montana who didn't know nothing. And let me tell you something. Montanians know a lot more than what you give them credit for. I lived with them 9 years, I know. So you sitting here talking about, oh, you know, that's the way it's done, that's the way it's done. Bullshit. This is going to be raw. I'm going to just say it how it is, and I don't care who likes it. Matter of fact, I hope Flagler, everyone in Flagler is watching. I hope they watching. I hope. I hope all the managers are watching. I hope all the supervisors are watching. Because this is what retaliation looks like. Y'all ain't seen me around in 6 months, almost 6 months now. This is why they railroaded me out. They railroaded me out. They lied on my documentation, and they're still lying. I have SSD paperwork in, FERS paperwork in, and full medical backing from my FMLA, and they still violated my rights. They doubled down. What? You guys thought you're going to just double down and this problem is going to go away. Look at me. I ain't going no fucking where until I get my justice and my due. You stole from my kids, you stole from my wife, and you stole from me. And now I'm coming for mine. We all going to court. You will answer in front of the judge, and you will answer in front of the EEOC commission. You will answer in front of the president if I have to go, if I have to drive to DC and throw myself in the Congress chamber, I will. I'm fighting this war because it's what's right. I'm not running for office. I'm not running for any of that stuff. I just want accountability for my family. 6 months almost, no money. You guys act like I didn't know nothing. You got guys running around with postmaster titles that don't even know half the shit I know. Matter of fact, I had a postmaster, I won't name who it is, tell me I know more about the policy than them, and they've been a postmaster longer than me. This was just recently, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. This individual told me, you know more about the policy than me. You well-versed. And this is a veteran, like 35 years they've been working for the post office. You guys think you're going to win this? Really? Really? You expecting me to do something dumb, like go postal, right? No, it ain't happening. You know why? Because I don't mind staying home. It don't bother me. You guys failed to accommodate me. You denied my reasonable accommodation, which is a violation of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. You violated the ELM. You violated 23 other violations. 23 other violations. Yeah, and it's all documented. It's cited. They hurt my family. And I moved here to give them a better life. I moved here for opportunity. I moved here so my son could go to a good school. And this isn't going to be a long-winded thing because I'm just going to touch on a few things, and then the next one will be more structured. I just felt like it was time to get some of it off my chest because I've been carrying the weight with me. I've been carrying the weight of the world. Losing sleep. I wasn't eating. Thank God. I tried reaching out to the news on social. They didn't even acknowledge me. I reached out to the OIG. Nothing. Postal inspection. Nothing. Reached out to the Office of Special Counsel. Nothing. I reached out to the Department of Justice. Nothing. The OSC, I will give them credit. They wrote me a letter and said that the Postal Service is outside their jurisdiction. It's the same thing with the DOJ and the ADA. It's outside their jurisdiction, and they acknowledged with the facts that I presented that the Postal Service did break the law. I have it in writing. Yes, they're evil people. Very evil. And I say to myself, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do? What did I What did I say? I mean, I know I say some things sometimes. People get pissed off at me. Sometimes I do say weird shit. I know I get it. But anyone that's ever worked for me knows I was always fair. Yes, there are times I had to do the management thing. I had to lay the law because sometimes people take advantage of stuff that they're not supposed to. But I always try to be fair. Always. I called the congressman. I called my senators. Nothing. I wrote to the White House 3 times. Nothing. They sold out their integrity. I wanted a detail to get out of the environment I was in a few months ago. And my direct supervisor, again, I won't mention his name because I'm not privacy, practice. This guy practices the policy. So privacy protection, I won't mention the person's name, but I will say this about them. The first time I asked, they told me no, there was no details available. The second time I asked, they ignored me. They didn't even answer me. They didn't dignify me with an answer. But here I am at home, placed on LWOP when I have medical documentation because they refused to accommodate me. And then here I find out that my boss is on detail with headquarters. So basically the reward factor is you hurt people, you ruin their lives, and then you get a promotion or you get a detail assignment. Here, slide over here. Slide over here. That's what they do, right? That's what they do. Everybody right now is focused on the government shutdown and everything going on with that. And now we're in this situation here where I can't even get help now because the government shut down. Who do I talk to? Myself? So, since no one's listening up top, I'll come back here, social media, and give that a try. There's 12 people, I think, in this room. Yeah, 12, 11, 12, the reception, I guess people are dropping on and off, but that's fine. But 11, 12 people in this room, and I'm hoping you guys go and tell 11, 12 people. Because spreading the message is important. It's important. Staying quiet doesn't fix nothing. This is the problem. People stay quiet out of fear, and I understand it's scary. You know how scared I was before I got on this here chat thing? I was nervous as hell. I had to meditate for a few minutes. I said, man, I got to put the vibration music on, you know? Got my boy that's about to become a doctor, and he's helping me kind of try to zen down a bit. So thank you for that. I appreciate you taking the time to help me. My best friend, always there. Love the guy to death. Scipio, thanks. Had to zen out, put the incense on before getting on, because it's scary. Good people get hurt every day because you're fighting a machine. You're fighting the grain. You're fighting the norm, right? So you stay quiet. We've all done it. I've done it too. Was it the right thing? No, it wasn't. I should have spoke out sooner. I just wanted to take care of my kid, though. My kid that's 7 years old in the room sleeping, watching his dad take all these pills every day, watching his dad fake a smile, watching his mom look at his dad fake a smile. How do you come back from this? How do you say enough is enough? How do you justify ruining someone's life that had a perfect record? Yeah, you can lie, Doc. Go ahead, lie. Keep lying. I want you to keep lying. Keep lying. So you turn purple. Keep it up. If you think I don't have documentation to prove what you're saying is lying, good luck. If you think I don't know enough about the policy to shut you down, good luck. Good luck. You chose your road to Damascus. I hope you're armed and ready, because I am. I got 700 plus pages. Right here. And I know people show bags and there's not really nothing in there, but I'm going to give you a little peek. You think you guys are going to take me on with all this? Good luck. But for giggles, I asked for an RA back on July 2nd. Manager emailed me the same day. I'll give him that. He did. He did email me. Yeah, he emailed me. Said, yeah, I'm going to forward it to Drac, and Drac's going to review it. Thanks, bro. A couple days later, I got a phone call from the OHS nurse. I won't say the gentleman's name, but I will say that he put his foot in his mouth. Because right away, he denied my reasonable accommodation. Not because I didn't have documentation. No, I have plenty. You see it there. There's plenty of documentation. No, I wasn't at work. So, no, they can't approve a reasonable accommodation. Here's the thing. That's not the law. The Rehabilitation Act of 1973 clearly states that the 100% clause does not matter regarding reasonable accommodation. Sorry about that, guys. So, no, you were not supposed to deny me my reasonable accommodation. Okay, you verbally denied me. Now you broke the law. So now, let's play the game. So then I asked for it in writing. It's in that nice stack there. Asked for it in writing. Once, twice, thrice. I wanted a response in writing. They just ignored me. It got to the point where this guy was doing cookie cutter copy and paste answers because he didn't want to answer me, because he knows he fucked up already. Put his foot in his mouth. Should have never said anything. I don't know what they told him. I don't know why they told him to say that for. He probably put his own lively thing over there at risk now, because now he's going to have to testify eventually. Yeah, I'm going to drag his ass to court too. You're going to answer. You're going to tell the judge and the jury why you called me and said no. And I had a witness. My wife was sitting right here when I answered the phone. Right there next to me. I was on the phone, and this is, you doing what? What you mean no? Excuse me? Yeah. But that wasn't enough, right? They denied my written accommodation 3 times, my written response. Then I said, you know what? Started doing more digging. Found out I qualify for workers' comp, or at least the base qualification. Okay, I'm going to submit it, see what happens. Of course, I didn't hear nothing. Then out of nowhere, they started making deposits and doing more pay adjusts now. Now they're rushing to reimburse me all my money. Now, they owe me back pay for like almost a year, about a year actually. since I worked in Buena Vista. Yeah, that's a nice one. We'll get into that later. And they started one pay period after another trying to fly all the money in, because you guys know you done messed up. And instead of just saying, you know what, this man just wants to leave. I didn't want none of this. I just wanted to punch the clock and go home. I wanted to learn. Then after a while, I said, you know what? Because they can't, Dorothy. That's the thing. It's in their nature. They're teaching these people how to circumvent the system. And I know because I attended a class for attendance right before the same thing I just learned. They turned around and did it to me. Told them what not to do. Don't touch the FMLA. I got it in writing. Someone tells you they got FMLA, just put it in and leave it alone. Don't do nothing. Don't touch it. They preached about how someone sued the Postal Service and they sued for like $2 million, and they sued the manager directly. $2 million for touching the FMLA. What do you think they're doing to me? See you soon. $2 million. The lady from HR was there giving the whole presentation. She kept saying it, $2 million, $2 million, $2 million, $2 million. You got $2 million? No, then don't touch the FMLA. And that's the first fucking thing they did. Touch the FMLA. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Okay. No problem. So you touch the FMLA. Cool. Cool beans, as they say up back north. Cool beans. All right. No problem. Put that in my pocket for later. $2 million. I guess you won't be retiring. You chose that, not me. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming. When I say it is coming. Not when you think it's coming. When I say it's coming. And it's coming. Trust and believe it's coming. Time is like a predator. It hunts until it makes the kill. And your time is out. It's running out. Your time is running out. Anyway, back to the FMLA. So they violated my FMLA rights. They violated my reasonable accommodation. Why not stop there? So after not hearing anything for about a month from workers' comp, I submitted all the evidence and everything. They wanted proof of everything. They wanted to see if I had documentation like I said I was, like I was claiming. And I did. I sent it to them. And I won't read it because, not because I don't want to, not because I don't want to, but because, you know it's bad when they send you copies of everything you sent them and all the official statements and everything. They send you copies. Nice, right? Now, I don't know if they even posted this around the stations in Florida. They're supposed to, but if they don't, give me a shout out privately, because if they don't do that either, that's another violation that I will get them on. But this clearly says I'm decapacitated for available postal duties. And it was sent by the HR. So while you sitting here lying to HR about what happened, surprise. So yeah, They're supposed to post this in every postal facility within District 3. And I don't know if it goes outside of District 3, like 2 and 1. I'm not sure. I don't think it does. I think it just hovers in District 3. So if there's anybody in District 3 up in here, just shoot me a text or write it in the chat here where my wife can see it and let me know. But they're supposed to post this in every single postal facility in District 3. This is from HR. This isn't from Angel's Printer. This is from HR. Okay? So, yeah. Now, if people are donating leave, I don't know. And if you did donate, thank you. I appreciate it. Know that they're not giving it to me. So if you donated leave, know that they have not given it to me. They're lying if they told you they did. Because again, it's here. I got it in writing. Incapacitated for available postal duties. But yet they wrote on my paperwork a whole bunch of other rando stuff. Because they keep thinking they're dealing with a guy who's a moron. Or they're used to dealing with morons, I should say. People that don't know the policy. And that doesn't really necessarily make you ignorant. It just means you don't know the policy. But I do. Here's my FMLA. You know they pissed off my doctor so much. She backdated it and said, you know what? You've been seeing me for weeks now. And you've been seeing me come here and come into this and that. And you know what? I'm done with them. They pissed her off. And they still violated my rights. Still. I had close to 300 hours of sick leave. Those who know me know I'm always at work, unless there's like a catastrophe, and then I wasn't there. I had 4 weeks vacation, almost just shy of 300 hours of sick leave, and it's all gone. Yeah. Yeah, they keep pissing off the doctors. You know? Hold on a second. Yeah. Messages are coming down when I'm trying to speak to you guys. Look. May 12th, we're going to go back a little bit. May 12th, I came in, went to work, like I always do. I didn't even log on my emails yet. Postmaster walks in my office, doesn't even knock. Did you get my email? I just like literally glanced over and saw it and said, yeah, I was about to answer you. Oh yeah, all right, so before the end of the day, and then close the door. Okay. I didn't even get to read the email yet. I don't even know what the hell's going on because he sent it on a Sunday when I had no postal phone because he never gave me one. He denied my first postal phone. He denied it. Okay. The only thing he approved was my little hotspot thing, and that's because I had to do work in the station and the internet there was terrible. But send me an email to my postal email that I'm not going to get because I have no internet access at home because I didn't even have the VPN access. So explain this to me. And then you're texting me on my day off, telling me that we're responsible for these installations 24/7. Show me that in the L. I'll wait. Matter of fact, I think NAPS put out a statement on that. The vice president some time ago put out a statement on that. She's right, though. Show me that in the L. No, you can't, because it's not there. It's a made-up house rule. They don't want to get yelled at on Sunday, so they blame you. But here's the thing. How am I responsible for something I'm not there? Yeah, terrible internet, period. Yeah, I agree. Dorothy, yeah. How? How? And I'm sure they're going to find a way to weaponize everything I'm saying right now. Good luck. Because right now I had enough. I had enough. So after I had an exchange of emails back and forth, which is in that pile, by the way, I turned around and I told him, um, I would like my representative there. I'm enacting Article 650 of the Employee that's for EAS. It can be for craft depending on the situation. Most of the time, the union works that out. So it really doesn't pertain to the craft workers in the room. It's mostly for EAS and management. But 650 is basically my rights. It's my rights. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, training. They're training a sink or swim. I never even went to my official management training, by the way, Dorothy. They never sent me. But they wanna lie on my paperwork and blame me for parcels. Yeah, okay. Good luck. There's nothing in my OPM. Never been suspended by OPM. Never been fired by the federal government before. My attendance was always good until I got to Florida. When I went to Miami, that's when all this craziness started. And I caught a lot of flack for speaking up about some of this stuff, but you know what? I don't have nothing to lose anymore. They took everything from me. I used to love my job. No, I didn't love bossing people around. I always try to work with people because you're human. When do we forget to be human? When do we forget to say, you know what, enough is enough? And talk. You got guys yelling at people, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Shaking my head like, you won't be here too long. Oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me, Scipio. Wow. I'll get to that one right now. So anyway, fast forward. Let's go back to this stuff. I don't want to bore you guys with going off tangent too much, but basically, like May 12th, I won't dive into the whole thing, but suffice it to say, he showed up in my office with the MCSO and his executive secretary. Yeah, because he's special, so he needs an executive secretary. I guess he's too busy to type his own paperwork. Anyway, moving on. So he then tells me, what did you say in your email to me? And I said, I replied to your email. You know what I said. He then turned around and says, no, I want you to tell me. I demand you tell me what you said to me. So I repeated it again. I'm enacting Article 650, the Elm. Said it right to his face. I didn't hide it. He then turned to my supervisor, the MCSO, and said, put him off the clock. Take his badge. And then he looked at me and said, and you, when I talk to you, I'm the postmaster, and you will answer me. And I turned around and I said, yes, sir. The whole time my boss is standing there and I'm thinking like, man, I know this guy, like we're not friendly, but we're cool, I went to him, I trusted him. I spoke to the man on the phone, through email. I told him what I wanted to do when I got here, and I tried to set out and do that, and I had zero training, zero anything, and the training they did give me was subpar. Nothing compared to what I'm used to at home. I say Montana is my home, even though I was born in New York. I lived there 9 years, and I loved it there. Again, I just came here so my family can have more. Plus, I got tired of the mountains of snow, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, took my badge, took my computer, then they threw me out the building like I was a criminal. This is a guy with nothing in his OPM. I've never been thrown out of a postal facility in my whole career. They threw me out the building. My boss walked me to the door. Mind you, he violated postal policy also because he didn't walk me to my car like he was supposed to. He just stopped at the little doorways there, and I don't know what was on his mind, but yeah, he let me go, and I kind of just said, you know what? I'm gonna stay quiet because I know what's up. And I did it. Got in the car, called my wife, called my friend. He's on here now. And before all of this happened, that was on May 12th. Then I didn't step foot at another postal facility until June 17th. June 17th, he mails me an II. You're supposed to hand me that. No, they're doing this weird shit now where they send you stuff through the mail because they think that counts in court. The first thing the judge is going to say is, what does the policy say? Right here. Here you go, Your Honor. So, EEO was a joke. Did that. Yeah, it was like a little shop of horrors thing. Like they was basically trying to feed me to Audrey the Plant. Audrey the Plant was district, and they were trying to cut me up into pieces and throw me in the damn mouth of the damn plant. How's that working out for you, by the way? Okay, so after that happened, I went, attended this unauthorized illegal II because technically I was on administrative leave. Well, at least I should have been on administrative leave, but they LWAT me. Because again, why stop there? Why stop there? They LWAT me. Postmaster and the manager of ops thought it was okay to LWAT me. Okay. The association contacted them. They changed everything but 3 days, and then they tried to make it look like it was a discipline. It wasn't constructive suspension. I'm home 6 months now. Almost 6 months, and it's not constructive suspension. Right. Right. They rigged the system. I agree, Dorothy. They rigged it so they can get away with it. But here's the thing. I'm too smart for that. You think I didn't back up everything I'm saying before I even open my mouth? I have every piece of evidence. Every piece. So I attended this farce, and then they try to force reassign me in the guise of training. Now they want to train me. But here's the thing. They don't want to train me how to do my job. They want to teach me how to do a supervisor's job. So explain that to me. You are paying me management salary because I'm supposed to be an installation head, but you want to send me to do supervisor work. Yeah. So before I started getting my assistance and stuff like that, I caught a really, really, really bad anxiety attack. It was hard to drive. And I just said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not. I was stressed out, couldn't sleep. I was sleeping 2-3 hours a day. Sometimes I didn't sleep at all. I stood up all night. Blood pressure was to the roof. It's still high. It's not going to go down when I'm under all this anxiety and stress. And all I wanted to do was just transfer out. But no, they purposely denied my transfers. But they didn't deny it on paper. They denied it with one another. So there's no legal justification for what they're doing. The behavior that they're conducting, there's no legal justification. The Postal Service has a zero tolerance policy. Yet these guys are getting away with this stuff. How? And I know it's not enough time to be here all day going into all this stuff, but I kind of wanted to give you a little bit today, and then maybe we'll schedule something else, or I'll do a video maybe, or I know Lino Miranda is putting together a video. It's about an hour long. That one has like the minute things. So you check that out once he gets it out there. But yeah, if we don't stand up and start talking, man, we're gonna have problems. The government is already bad. Some of these people are working for free. Shout out to SSA. They still got the doors open. Yeah, I agree, Jess. I'll probably do that. Thank you, honey. Definitely schedule another one. Maybe this weekend. Yeah, I know, bro. Yeah. But it's time to get it out. People want to know. You know? Anyway. So after I went on my forced, because it wasn't voluntary, it was a forced sabbatical. I started contacting people and thinking I'm gonna get help because yeah, I'm a federal employee. I have nothing in my OPN. They're gonna take care of me. I'm not a dirtbag. OIG, they sent me this questionnaire, I filled it out, I sent it back. They gave me the 3rd degree. And then after that, nothing. Can't help you. Sent it back to customer service. Can't help you. You have an EEOC case open. We can't help you. Really? So fraud, waste, and abuse is not really your thing, huh? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Freda Scipio and Lino and Dorothy, who's been very active in the chats today. But yeah, it's like, why? So after contacting all these people, including the president, I'm thinking, yeah, this is the man that said he was going to do change. Nothing. I don't even know if he got the message. Probably not, because he's got some college person surveying the emails coming in, and he's like, oh, this is work. I don't want to do this. I got enough to do. You know they got kids running the government now. What was that Doge thing? They got kids out of college. Some of them can't even pick their boogers yet properly. But yeah, they got access to all our personnel files and everything. That's scary. But I'm not even going to touch that one. That's, wow. Anyway. After I got put on leave, they forced all the money back in. Then OWCP kicked in finally. I got the packet in the mail. And then basically they wanted detailed information. And all the questions that they asked was tailored to the evidence I gave them. So that tells me they're taking this seriously because there's proof. There's sufficient proof. 50 Cent classic rock, wow. That's a good one. So yeah. I'll read, not too many, I'll read a couple for you. The claimant states his time card was manipulated. Is this true? Please explain any errors or abuses to Mr. Garrett's time cards and payments. Yeah, I got copies of my time cards. Yeah. That's coming out in Lino's video, by the way. You definitely want to see that. They don't call it errors and abuse for nothing. Mr. Garrett states he was denied FMLA leave. I was denied. They kept letting my FMLA in the beginning lapse so they can mark me leave without pay. And then my doctor got angry and put the paperwork in, and they're still LWOPing me though. Okay. Did Mr. Garrett's supervisor send him an unsecure screenshot of his FMLA paperwork? Was there an error in the supervisor's action per established procedures or rules in sending the above mentioned screenshot? Please explain fully. Yeah, they send my personal info over an unsecured email. So they violated the cybersecurity policy within the Postal Service. Maybe they'll get disciplined sometime in the near endeavor. But yeah, that's documented too. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Garrett complains he has not received a written explanation why his request for accommodation is denied. Is this true? If he did receive a written explanation, please explain why no response was provided to him. If a response was given to him, when was it provided to him and was it timely? I still don't have a written response from them, so I think we all answered that question. That's enough of that for now. It's systemic. It's systemic, and we all need to say something. Speak up. Speak up, say something. I'm going to end it here, but I will say that to this day, what was it, October 23rd? The aliens will probably get here before I get justice. As sad as that sounds. Thank you guys for taking time to jump on for a little bit and hear me rant, talk about some stuff. But before I let you go, those of us that are postal workers in the room, my advice to you as a manager and as a fellow postal employee, document everything. Back up everything. You have your paperwork saved, save it digital. Thanks, Josh. Back it up. Save everything. Save it. Because you never know when you're going to need it. I'll see if we do this again on Saturday. Hopefully more people get on, and if not, 12, 14 people got on today, so I'm happy. Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys.